Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 96 of Factorio with the Space Exploration mod, where we have just finished production of sulfuric acid and lubricant on the rail network, so over at our old oil processing base basically. And we now have received some at our new mall base. So now we can start doing fluid stuff here. Okay, so we did measure this out. Good. So on this left side of the, well, bus, I guess we will still call it, we wanted to do fluid stuff. And I am thinking that we just have a separate fluid bus over here. So have several lines running down. However many fluids we need. I don't think we need that many, but we'll see. Also, we can get water from just over here if we need that at some point. Can we please get this whole area cleared out? Thank you very much. So much junk. Good. And then we can just run things in here and have rows of things that need the same fluid type. We also had an iron problem. We haven't fixed that yet. That is something we will need to do at some point here, but for now I'm going to ignore it and just maybe have a look. I think this is our main iron base, so that makes sense that we are low. As well as iron over here, I think. Yep. Iron. Do we have anything else? I don't see anything else at least. So it makes sense that we're low. Okay. But that's for later. First, fluid bus. And I think one of the things we need is big electric motors with lubricant. We can temporarily do batteries. Well, both of those would be temporary, I guess, because we want to make them at outposts at some point. But maybe blue belt and stuff like that is at least something we want to do here. So yeah, let's start with just blue belt stuff, because we haven't made any of that yet. And we want that up here, I guess. How are these going to line up? Perfectly? Okay. We will keep power up here. And then only start building below it. Good. For all that though, we do need our fluids in here. Honestly, those can just run right here. But we want enough space to have several inputs at some point, I think. And yes, for now at least, we are just bringing this down with pipe until we realize that we need a lot more throughput. Then we can start with robots instead, I guess. Do we want a space between these just to have an easier time pulling off of it? I think we do. Good. Those are our 2 fluids we need currently. So, blue belt. Blue underground. Don't need any of the normal blue belt for that, that's good. Blue splitters. Is there anything else that needed lubricant? I don't remember. We don't need it for this. So maybe we just start with these for now. We don't have anything requiring lubricant up here. Where do we pull from our lubricant though? We do for the barreling, that's fine. I'm just going to go through this, just to be sure that we really don't need it for anything else. This is our input. This is the big electric motors, okay. So at least so far we haven't done anything else. Belt, space belt, more spacey belt. Okay, so speed module 8s require it, but that's fine. Cosmic water in space, this in space. This is probably, maybe not in space actually. But that will be done somewhere else. And this is space, okay. So for now, we will just make these and they're temporary. If we ever get it completed properly, I don't know. Good. So we can remove those later, I guess, if we want to. But that should be everything we need lubricant for, actually. Here. So now we can potentially start using blue belt if we want to. But that requires more iron. Belt is expensive in iron. Good. Then I was talking about batteries, but do we need it for anything that should stay here permanently? Both of those should only be temporary. So that's a no, I think. So maybe this whole fluid bus is only for temporary stuff. And that's okay. We don't have to make everything perfect. How about we put a pipe down here and just have machines around it? Sounds good to me. So up here we could make processing units. And down here we can make batteries. Good. And we could put productivity in this if we wanted to. So, to actually get our module started, we need solid fuel for blues. We need sulfur for it. That's something we can make over here. Shouldn't that be something we import though? I don't know. If it's not something we need for anything else, then it's not really a problem. Only thing is Sulfur is petroleum, not sulfuric acid. It would be nice if you could take sulfuric acid and turn it back into sulfur, but nope. Do we need to export sulfur from over here? I really do not know how I want to do that. Sulfur. Going to need it for heat shielding as well, so it makes sense to actually add that to the rail network. I hadn't thought about that. I kind of don't want to make this any bigger though, so maybe we just make a sulfur outpost by itself. Though that would just go so well with a sulfuric acid outpost. Maybe we just make this bigger and do a robot station or something. We could even make stations below all this if we really wanted to. That's not something I've thought about before, but it should very easily be doable. Why can I not do this when I go one tile further? I can get here from here, but I can't get here. Oh wait, is it because of this? I think it is. I'm going to go make sulfur up there, if we have some chemical plants at least. And some pipe, preferably. I think this is enough, but I don't want to have to come back. But on the other hand, we have iron up there, so we can make more. I'm out of rail. Great. Well, first of all, let's make some non-reserved storage space. Because then the robots can pick up whatever was left over here. Maybe they already did, so never mind. Let's go grab some rail. Because I'm curious about this idea with stations on both sides of this. Are we not requesting rail? I guess not. And maybe that makes sense, because you often want a lot of rail when you actually grab it. But we don't want to always run around with a lot of rail. So yeah. So yes, this is the problem here. If we remove that, we can still fit these in. Why are we not happy here yet? This is one... Oh, that is pretty big. Or pretty extensive, I guess. If we just have this. I just want a baseline here. This is fine so far. Now it is not fine. If we add... Actually, this without these should hopefully should also be good. If we isolate that, and where is the other signal? I can just steal it from there. This is not heavy because all of this is connected actually. It's one big block like this. We can cut this off. We can cut that off, and then it's heavy. So do we actually need to do that? This isn't too bad. And compared to this, we just need to... No, these are already cut off. What is it I'm missing here? These? Yep. That's actually somewhat enjoyable to look at. So we can use that for more oil input as well if we want to. And I don't think that causes problems other than just having more trains in here that have to wait for each other to leave. But that's okay. For now, at least. Yeah, so we can make sulfur here. And not worry too much about it. And I guess we will do the same sort of thing. But we need a new Helmut thing. What happened to... Oh, didn't I make a new one? I guess not. Okay, never mind. We're just reusing this. Not that. This. Stop it. Not that either, dang it. Sulfur from petroleum. Thank you. A blue belt could carry 45 of these per second. And we need them for modules and heat shielding. Potentially explosives. Actually, we need explosives at the main base as well. Okay, good to know. One more reason to have this on the rail network. If we want to do more of this, we need a bunch of oil just for this, actually. Now we need less, but more machines. I thought this recipe was very fast. How come we need that many machines for this? Two every second. So is it because these are slowing us down? I guess it is. It's only minus 25% per module, probably. Yeah, minus 75% speed with 3. Okay. But hey, let's just design it with this in mind. 10, 8. So if we wanted to do 2 blue builds, we could easily do that. 20, 16. And we do need this to be scalable because we need it for the heat shielding. But let's start with 1 blue build planned with beacons, which we aren't going to do yet. So this goes here. We will keep reusing this petroleum if we have any. And I guess we will have the same limit on this oil input. Good, we have oil. There's not a lot of oil here. Have we actually used our oil supply at this point? It seems like we have. Okay. That's for afterwards. So now we have both iron and oil we need to take care of. I'm going to start making some lists. And of course I removed my sulfur now. We are going to add that back. And we're going to use this first one as a shopping list. We need iron plate somewhere. Good, we need oil somewhere. Is that not something we can do? We'll just do the unbarreling of oil then. Okay. So for the sulfur, we want to go back to 45. We want to do oil cracking. We want modules. We want beacons. Oops. Is that enough by itself? Yes, it is. Okay. In that. Will we be running a build back with this? Is a question. 45 per second is a lot for the robots to have to take care of. So yes, we will. We do have 2 extra lanes up here, but we could also go higher. I think since we can do this stuff, we can utilize this for other things than oil without a problem, so I think we will do that. Simply because it's closer to the belts then. Okay, with that in mind, we don't need any extra space or anything. Up here at the top, I don't think. Just need water and petroleum. And we need space for beacons. Good. If we just use inserters to put onto a belt, we're going to need more machines to be able to populate the belt fully. Are we okay with that? Or we could do something like this with the last couple of machines on each side. Let's start with just propagating this. Just need 8 of these. $10 in total. Good. I think that's 10. Yes. Good. Now we need more pipe again. Dang it. Halfway down this, we need to balance the belt. But we also need, for the last machine on the outer side of this belt, to have more than one insert if we wanted to do it like this. Also, I did 10 of these, I only needed 8. So we have a little bit extra to work with. But wouldn't I rather just cut it down and try to be efficient with the machine count, at least for now? I think I do. So this won't have a problem unloading its stuff. But this would, because the belt is mostly full and we want it to work full time. We need it to work full time. This wouldn't have a problem, so we can move that up. And then this would also have to output a lot more, maybe both of those. And when we get to a blue belt, we probably upgrade these inserters or something with the speed modules and everything. Do we want to utilize these 2 tiles, or should we reserve those for more iron, maybe? We already don't need this. So maybe we just have 2 lanes of iron here and 2 lanes of sulfur. And then when we get a problem with that, we can just add more lanes on top of the plastic. I don't have a problem with that for now. We need more stuff though. I always have a problem with that. Let's steal some iron from here. And dedicate to more pipe. Though apparently we have all the pipe in the world right now. Okay. Actually, it's underground I need. And I have that. Good. We need more of these as well. And there was something else, I think, but I don't remember. Good. If we had water, we would be good. How much water do we need? 750-ish for 1 belt. And when we want another belt, we're probably going to duplicate this. So potentially we want 2 pipes of water. So one for cracking, one for sulfur production, I guess. And somehow these magically line up. That's awesome. I think we will just use these here. Good. And yes, this is not even a full red belt currently, but that's fine. I'm just going to cut this off until I know where we want it specifically. I guess we want it just for this. Sure thing. Good. And somehow that has messed this up. Probably because of these. But I don't really see why that would be. This was always messed up, okay. From this then. From this. What is different here? This being one is apparently a problem. But this is fine. This doesn't have to be here, so let's just not have that. Because it confuses me, and I don't like being confused. I guess if we put the same thing over here, it would also have a problem. Yeah. Because it makes no sense, basically. I think that's just what it's trying to tell us. This is sulfur. And because of our low oil, we get low sulfur, and that makes sense. Good. We need to bring this to the mall. And I guess we're going to reserve two lanes for it, because we need it quite a lot. Though maybe it's only a lot to begin with for temporary stuff. Because we shouldn't make heat shielding here for very long. What was it again it was used for? Modules, explosives for cliff explosives. Maybe for other things as well, I don't know. Yeah, for these. Okay, so we do need explosives at least. We also need explosives in space at some point. We need 50 for every module too. That's quite a lot. But I think one lane is enough. Am I trying to restrict myself too much? If we need 50 for each module, we can't ever make more than 1 per second even with blue belt. And I mean 1 per second is a lot, but I want this to scale. So we are doing 2 lanes. And then we're gonna deal with the consequences, I guess, when we run out of space for more lanes here. Luckily, this being temporary, when we don't need it anymore, we can remove it and move the whole thing over to have more warehouses in here. And thus more lanes. Good. You will now be called Mall Sulfur. We didn't add a train over there, so we will do it here, I guess. Wait, this is going nowhere. That's this one? Yes. Sulfur, full, Mall, Sulfur, empty, go. So we have a bunch of trains trying to go over here, and because these are deactivated, it causes some problems. But that's for later. Because we already have a lot of problems that we need to solve. And that I'm ignoring, I guess. You will limit Sulfur and show 10,000. How much do Sulfur stack? 50. So it should actually only be 5,000. And just bring that now, because I want it. Should we go and fix iron right away? Because that's a general problem. Maybe we should. But then I want to add stuff to the shopping list. This is not something we need to remember anymore. But I want cliff explosives. And for that we need these normal explosives. And for that we need water in here. And that's okay. What else? Should we maybe add the stuff that we've made temporarily here so we remember it for an outpost? Like this. And these, and these, and these, and these. In opposite order, I guess. Iron gear wheels as well, but we need to fix iron for that for sure. But let's add it to the list, I guess. Yep. Now with sulfur coming in here, we should get better productivity modules. Next tier needs stuff from another planet though. And I guess we need a general area where we get stuff from other planets as well in this mall. Seems to make sense right now at least. This still needs solid fuel, that's something we want as well. So many things. We want both. Rocket fuel. Where's normal rocket fuel? Right there. And we want this. This will be its own outpost. Good. Then what? Maybe we should search for iron. Most of these are so small, I don't really care about them. We have a bunch of iron up here. And some amount here. Is that correct after I just found more? Nope, a lot more there. Okay. 5 million, that's a good patch. Maybe that's what we go for. Don't think I hit everything here, but I just want it gone. And then we can clean up afterwards. Good thing we have those iron cannons. That's not really a problem. We have a couple of worms left there. I can kill those myself. So yeah, that will be our new iron base. Good. Why don't we go do that right now? Or at least get started. We need a bunch of miners. Do we want large or big mining drills? Mining speed 1. Mining area 11 by 11. Mining speed 0.5. Mining area 5 by 5. How big are they by themselves? 5 by 5. Won't that in general be slower then? I'm gonna just bring these with me. I think it's just better to use these. Unless there's a productivity bonus for these. I mean, yes, they're better at just covering a full patch and getting it cleaned out at some point, but not mining it fast, I don't think. Should have brought more belt, I think, another thing. Maybe not belt, actually. We'll see. But smelters and stuff. But I'm just curious about this for now. As this takes up a lot of space. This area is 16 miners. So we would need 32 miners in the same area to be as fast. Smaller miners, I mean. $28, and yes, we're a little bit taller here, but a lot less wide. So this is the same width, and if we just remove those. We would have 3 more than this, so 36. So in a smaller area, it seems at least, we have more speed. It takes more build, but that also means we can just have more builds in this whole thing, which can carry more ore. So I'm not sure I like these big mining drills. At least not for now. Are they maybe more efficient with power? 500 kilowatts. They are less efficient with power. What? They take more than 5 times as much. They pollute twice as much. Wait, how about modules? They have 2 more spots, so we could speed module them more. For even more power consumption. Do they take productivity? They shouldn't, right? I'm curious, I'm going to find out. Good. Should we just bring some furnaces while I'm here and I remember anyway? Can't do that without heat shielding. Okay. So we have to go up to our old base for that, I guess. Let's just, while I remember, kill some worms here. Is there another one? I don't see it on the map. Okay. Productivity? Yes, you can put productivity in them. Can you do that in normal mining drills? Yes. Really? So you can have a patch last a lot longer. 50% more comes out of this mining drill. But only 40% more comes out of one without any modules. It's only 18% more. So the research is a lot more efficient at this than at least these low tier modules. This gets 70% productivity. What? I'm bad at math, I think. 5 by 6 is 30. Okay, it does make sense. So yeah, it gets 12% more productivity. Which is very little, to be honest. So no, I just don't like it. Will I consider productivity in general? Sure. But not before we actually have it running properly. Or the production of the modules running properly. No, 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 no. No. Okay, well, we still need the edges here, I guess. And a little bit more there. And a bunch more up here. Good, that should cover the whole patch, I think. And then we just need to smelt it. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.